I've had my hair transplant, everyone. I don't know what the accent was, but the reason why I'm wearing a hat and not revealing it just yet is because that comes later on in this video. I hope I've made an informative video on exactly what happened and what happened to me specifically throughout this hair transplant journey. It's going to recap like the last 3 weeks since I got it done. I will say thank you so much to International Hair Studio for getting in contact with me and giving the confidence to do this. And hopefully it's also enabled some of you guys to have that confidence to even go ask and speak to someone. I've had a lot of you guys message me, but I'll stop rambling on. I've put the link to International Hair Studio in the description. So if you are looking at hair transplants or just want to inquire about it, I couldn't recommend them enough. They've been absolutely amazing to me. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 1 million subs one day. And enjoy this video. I hope it's informative for you guys.
So it's the morning of the hair transplant. Last night I wasn't really nervous, like I slept pretty well. The only issue is I did my back in yesterday, so that was a little bit painful sleeping on that. But this morning I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Like last night I didn't really feel like I was waking up and having a hair transplant, but this morning it definitely does feel like that. But they did tell me, make sure you have a good healthy breakfast of cereal. So I've got myself some cocoa shreddies. And without further ado, I'm gonna have my final shower with my hair and we'll head to the surgery. It is freezing this morning, but if you're wondering why I'm wearing like a Hawaiian shirt underneath and a zip fluffy hoodie, basically they ask you to wear a button shirt which you can take off like that so it doesn't go over your head, so you don't like disturb the new hair follicles when it's all done. And same with the hoodie, like they ask you to wear a zip hoodie so it's easy to take it off. Alright, I'm here, this is it. We're going to say goodbye to Janine behind the camera. And I'm on my own now, going into the surgery. I'm going to hopefully speak to the surgeon to like ask exactly what's going on. I know what's going on, but like to explain to you, because I don't really know the explanation of it all. But I'm surprisingly calm. I thought I'd be a lot more nervous than I actually am. But yeah, let's go. This is all going.
Now, before I got my head shaven and the procedure started, I sat down with the surgeon just to ask a couple of questions and to discuss the day.
So, my name is Dr. Rafiq. I am a hair transplant surgeon and I'm doing your hair transplant today. The surgery itself is broken into 3 main phases. We have the extraction phase, where we take the hair and harvest the hair from the back of the head. We take it from here, the back of the head. This is called the safe zone, because this hair here will not fall down. So if you were, say, a 90-year-old man, you may lose all of your head, but you still have a patch of hair here. So we harvest from these hairs, because these are DHT immune. So once these hairs are implanted to the top, it won't fall out. Okay. So phase 1 is extraction, harvesting from the back of the head. Phase 2 is channel formation. This is where I design and your hairline. I work at exactly what angles hairs and lines sit, and ultimately I try to amalgamate the hair with the existing hairline as well. The last phase would be implantation. This is where each follicle is implanted to each incision that we make, one by one. It's a very meticulous approach, and yeah, and that's a lot of pages. All in all, it takes between 6 to 8 hours. So, ready for this?
I think so, yeah.
Now, in truth, this will be a very exciting day. It's a long day, I'll be very honest with you, it's a long day. Once it's done, that's done. You have a hairline that will be staying there for the rest of your life. So it is very exciting. I'm very excited. Let's get
I think it's just, I'm a lot more calm than I thought I was going to be, so that's a good thing.
So it's been just over 3 weeks since I've had my hair transplant, okay? And I'm going to do the big reveal at the end of the video, but for now, I'm just going to talk about exactly what happened on the day and how it was for me. So within, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes of getting there, and my girlfriend left me because she had to go away, and there's no point staying. You're better off by yourself, honestly. If someone stayed with you, it's a long old day for them. Now, within the first 10-15 minutes of being there, the first thing they did was get my head shaven. I've never had my head shaven before. I've only ever done it to my mates, and that was an interesting one looking in the mirror.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no.
Now you look good.
Oh my god. That's so weird. I've only ever seen my friends like this. I've never experienced it before.
I think you can pull it off. You can go home now.
Very shiny.
Now, there is an option of not shaving your hair, but for me personally, it would have been much better to get my head shaven so they could thicken my hair, because it's quite thin. That the whole reason was to do the hairline and to make it thicker. I thought I'd quickly add in the point that not everyone actually needs to get their hair shaven, and my surgeon is one of the few who actually do the operation without shaving the head. So it all depends on where your hairline is, if it's just the temples or even where the bald spot exactly is. So good news, if you are out there and scared of getting your head shaven, more likely than not, you won't actually need to get your head shaven. Now, I'm going to be completely honest in this video, but I feel like I should take my hat off to explain exactly how the day went, okay? So this is what my head looks like 3 weeks and 2 days after my hair transplant. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello! This is what it looks like. As you can see, it is healed up quite a bit, and you can see the new hairline right there. It's still a little bit redder than the normal part of my head, the other parts of my head, but this is what the top looks like 3 weeks and 2 days after, and the back is pretty much completely healed. Like this, the back looks absolutely fine. Now, the day for me was split into 2 parts. The first portion of the day, as I said, was taking the hair out of the back, so extracting it from the donor area. That is the correct terminology, and that lasted for around 4 hours. It took a little bit longer than usual, but that is because I have such fine hair. They wanted to be as careful as they could. And I'm not gonna lie to you, all right? It was uncomfortable. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you, oh, it was la-di-da-di-da, it was amazing, I had a great time. I didn't have a great time. It wasn't painful though, because they numb the back of the head, they do injections and numb it. So after that 4 hours, you then lay on your back for like 10 minutes while they numb the top of your head, and that is the preparation for like the second major part of the operation. And if you're wondering exactly what I did during the 4 hours of just laying face down in a massage chair, as I said, my goal was to watch like a movie or a TV show, but you can't, like, it doesn't quite work. So I had my headphones in and just listened to podcasts, chat to them a little bit, have a bit of music. It's a very calm atmosphere. You're not nervous, you're very calm, it doesn't hurt. So yeah, after lunch, it was time to lay on my back. Your neck is propped up a little bit, so it's not the most comfortable position in the world, but when you compare it to being face down, laying on your back was 100 times better, and that is why I actually drifted in and out of sleep. But the only uncomfortable thing I'd say was the injections, but if you don't mind injections, you'll be absolutely fine. If you are a little bit squeamish of injections, you just got to remember, one day, a few injections, and you're gonna have a hairline for the rest of your life. So it's 100% worth it for me. For me, I don't really mind injections. It was a bit like they're going into your head, all right, and that's always gonna be a bit dodgy to think about. But after that, all goes numb, absolutely fine. And I think that took around 3 hours. Again, a little bit longer than normal, and I had around 3,000 grafts put into my head from the back. So it's about 3,000 grafts. Might have even been 3,300. Either way, it didn't hurt. Up until like the last half an hour, I started to feel it a little bit. And I told him, he's like, don't worry, I'm quite amazed you actually survived this long without it hurting. And then he gave me another 2 injections into my forehead. And that's like the big boy injection that completely numbs everything. So after that, I felt absolutely nothing. So the last half an hour was actually really quite nice and relaxing, because I was just chilling there, just like, I'm not even feeling a thing. It's quite a weird particular feeling when the whole of your head is numb. It's like you're wearing like a helmet. You know, when someone knocks on it, you can't really feel it, but you can feel, I don't know, it's quite a strange feeling. But either way, the overall process, I went in at 8:30 and the procedure started around 9, and we finished at 5. So it's like a 9 till 5. It's a very long day, I can't lie. But after it was all done, the feeling of standing up and just knowing, yes, I've done it, and now you've got to do the recovery and you can go on with your life. It was amazing, I'm not gonna lie. I stood up and it was like relief. I was like, thank God that's over with, and now I can look forward to the future. So when you are done, they talk you through, they give you like a post-op instruction sheet. They talk you through exactly what you need to do, exactly what you shouldn't and should do, how to take care of the donor area, how to take care of the transplanted area. You get given some supplements and pills, what you need to take, which helps to reduce like infection, stop anti-inflammatory, and like a stomach protector for the other, to help the other pills work or whatever like that. But I actually experienced no problems whatsoever. And they also give you a headband to wear to stop that injection and all the anesthetic like dripping down into your face, because obviously when you got anesthetic up here, naturally, with gravity and stuff, it will drip down and you can get a bit of swelling in your face. So the headband just keeps it nice and tight to stop that from happening. And to be honest, I only actually got like a tiny little bit of swelling. I was actually very fortunate, actually. The headband did a great job on me. So when you walk out, the actual procedure, it's got like little white dots. The actual donor area is completely covered. There's a massive back bandage on it just to protect it, and you keep that on for 24 hours. And one of the main things they give you is this spray, which I think is like a saline water solution, and that helps to keep it moist and clean over the next, I think you have to do that for the next 3 or 4 days. I did it for like 4 or 5 days until it runs out, and I just set an alarm every 20 minutes, just spray, spray, spray. And luckily for me, I had my good friend Josh Larkin, aka Chip, pick me up, and he managed to drive me back. Overall, it was okay, but the hardest thing was the sleeping. Now, I slept propped up with my neck pillow for about 2 weeks, only because I was being like overly careful to protect the top of my head. A lot of people actually go back to normal sleep after like 3 or 4 days. Day 2 of recovery, and I seem to be sleeping like so long. I go to bed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I stay up late, so I know I'm not tossing and turning, even though I won't be tossing and turning because of I have to sleep with a neck pillow, which keeps me propped up, right? But I go to bed late, so hopefully I fall asleep as quick as possible. And so far it's been working. I've had 2 nights sleep and I've slept solidly. I haven't woken up till like 11 or 12 o'clock each day, which is really, really good. And then after 24 hours, you then have to take your bandage off and you have to soak it in water because obviously blood dries and sticks to the bandage as it does with anything. So the damper is easier to get it off, and I can't lie, that it wasn't traumatic, but like it was very unpleasant for me and my flatmates who helped me take it off. But as I said, when you finally get that big old bandage off the back, you've got a bit more freedom. It just feels like you are going through the recovery and going through the stages, and you're getting one step closer to being like as you normal, basically. Yeah, like you're one step closer to going back to normal life. I've just got this on. It's stopped bleeding now, luckily. It's stopped bleeding around the back. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's stopped bleeding around the back, but hello, me again. I just thought I'd quickly clarify that the thing around my neck is just toilet paper. I just put it on just to stop like water dripping down my back. It's not actually part of the surgery. It's literally just toilet paper. I've got this on just to protect anything in case it does drip down, but it has stopped bleeding now because I took this headband off for about half an hour. The whole reason I'm wearing this headband is to stop the anesthetic from seeping down into my face and swelling. And because I haven't worn this headband for like half an hour, as I said, it's started to seep down, and I'm getting I don't know if you can see, getting a little bit of swelling around here. So I put this on back tight to stop it from seeping down, but if I take it down, basically all the anesthetic is going to drip down into my face and my face will blow up. But not a big issue. But yeah, the back feels very open and exposed. I'm glad I did this now midday to give it at least 12 hours to heal up before I do go to bed. Going to bed tonight's going to be very interesting. So yeah, as I said, the first 3 days are no washing and you're taking off the bandage, and obviously you're continuing with the spray. Then day 4 is no washing. Then days 5 to 13 is when you're allowed to wash it. Now, you use baby shampoo, no scented stuff, very, very mild baby shampoo, and literally all you're doing is a bit of water. You get someone, either I did it myself after the first day, but on the first day I got my girlfriend to help me just pour water from a cup, because you can't use any shower jets because it's too powerful. So you slowly pour water on the top and the back, and you're like dabbing on the shampoo, so no like, and then I just leave it to naturally dry. After about a week or so, I started like dabbing the back of my hair, but I never dried the top. I always let that naturally dry. So you're doing that for like for the next couple of weeks. So it's the morning of day 4 of the recovery. I've not got my headband on because I've just washed my hair. I was meant to do it last night, but I just did it this morning instead. It was absolutely fine to do it. It was literally like a 12-hour difference. Anyways, it's been washed. Looks a little bit cleaner than normal, and then also the back is looking cleaner. So yeah, that's really positive news. It's healing up well, and the wash went well. It looks like nothing fell out, because you'd know if anything fell out, it would start bleeding, so that's good. But yeah, day 4 is a success. The wash is a success. Now days, I'd say days 12 to the 2-week mark, day 14, I really started to see improvements. That's when all the top bit, it fully scabbed and crusted over, and day 14, the scab started to fall off, and I was like, oh. Okay, so it is day 14, exactly 2 weeks after the operation, and this is what it looks like right now. I will give you a close-up in just a bit, but today is an important day because it's the first time I can sort of properly wash my head. So previously I've just been like tapping on the shampoo, leaving it for 10 minutes and rinsing off, and today I have to do a circular massage moment, so I'm like actually doing that over the head, then leaving the shampoo for an hour. So I think after it's all done, it's going to look a lot different to this, because all of this right now is just like scab and stuff. So it's been falling off a little bit over the last couple of days, and it will do over the next couple of days, but this should look significantly different, I think, after this wash. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Hang on a second, there it is. And then for me, I'd say day 60, no, I'd say probably like day 17 is when all the scabs had come off. So as you can see now, look, there's absolutely no scabs. It's still a little bit red, and there's absolutely no scabs whatsoever. And yeah, I didn't really leave the house in the first 2 weeks. So I say I wasn't self-conscious, but I guess I must have been, because it didn't look amazing. I can't lie to you. It wasn't great. But honestly, once Josh told me to stop being silly and actually go outside, I was absolutely fine. Like, no one even bats an eyelid. It's completely normal nowadays to have a hair transplant these days. And even someone in Tesco stopped me and asked all about it. And that's what I was scared about. I was scared about someone stopping me. But I don't know why I was scared in the first place. He was inquisitive. He asked loads of questions. I gave him loads of advice. And honestly, it was so good. So once I went out that one time, I had all the confidence in the world and I could go anywhere. But that is pretty much it. I hope I've covered everything. I've tried to include all the questions and just throw them into like a whole explanation of how it's happened. You won't see the full results for like, I think it's like 9 to 12 months. So at the moment, I don't know if you can see if I do that, there is like all of this right now, I'm touching it here. I can feel the hair, and there's just like a couple of things. I can't go in like a swimming pool for the next 2 months, but I can go in the sea, and that's pretty much it. Like I'm back to normal life now, guys. So I'm excited for the future. As always, thank you so much to International Hair Studio for getting in touch and like give me the confidence to go ahead and do it. If you want to seek advice, if you want to talk to them or even message me, do so. I'll leave their links in the description down below. I couldn't recommend this enough. I'm so happy I've done this, and I'm happy to be on the other side of all the recovery and everything. So yeah, and also thank you to everyone who's messaged me. I don't think I've ever had so many messages from you guys about one thing, and if I haven't gotten back to you, I hope this video has answered all your questions. As I said, leave your comments down below or message me on Instagram if you have any specific questions. But I've been blown away about how many of you guys have messaged me. So thank you so much for all the love and support. And yeah, I'll make another update video in a couple months maybe, but I hope I've answered everything. And once again, IHS are linked in the description down below. And yeah, goodbye.